Hey everyone, this is Modest Millions, and today I wanted to lay out some final things that you should be doing before Shadowlands release later this month. Hope you guys are all as excited as I am for entering the Shadowlands, so let's go. Alright guys, so like any beginning to an expansion, there's always going to be some housekeeping things that we need to get out of the way and that you want to be prepared for release day and not delayed or hindered by these. So the first small thing is you need to clear out all your bags and bank. And for a lot of people, this is easy. Others, like myself, not so much. This time around, I am forcing myself to be more organized and send these items off to the correct banks, listing the items that I don't need anymore for sale, or trashing items that are simply just not worth my time. These are all great options and a lot more organized than what I used to do, which was just create a new bank with each expansion and just mail them tons of stuff that falls into the abyss, which I end up fighting like 2 or 3 years later down the road. Next on our list is to clean out any old quests from your quest log that you don't need or that you really just don't think that you're going to be completing anymore. You can either do this by just buckling down and completing those quests, or you can simply abandon them. But this is also another minor thing that will ease a lot of frustration at the start of an expansion when you keep just having to find quests to abandon when your quest log gets full. Now, so let's move on to a couple more specific things that are actually more focused on Shadowlands prep. So the pre-patch event is something that you should use to your advantage. Any alts that you have that you're planning on taking into Shadowlands with you, you should just go ahead and go through the event and kill the rares for the armor drops. This is a really nice way to get some armor upgrades and catch up as much as you can so that you're not just brutally behind on the launch. This isn't really a necessity, however it does make the transition into the new content much smoother than just going in with low-level item BFA gear and getting wrecked. So if you haven't checked out my other Shadowlands Gold prep guide, it's right here, check it out. It has a lot of really good information for getting your gold making setup rolling for launch, but I will add in a couple of things here. The main items that I'm currently focusing on having like a small stockpile of are the Sea Mist potions, the Slow Fall potions, Goblin Gliders, and Gumshoes. These are all some great inexpensive items that you can either buy or make on most servers with little investment. These items will see a decent price jump once the expansion launches, so if you find some of these with good prices, just grab them now and hold on to them. Moving on, my next suggestion may sound a little odd, but let me explain. If you're not investing in the items mentioned above, and you're wanting to make gold at the start of expansion, as of right now, we're less than 10 days away from expansion release. I'm going to highly suggest holding on to any extra gold and not buying items to flip or invest in right now, unless it's just something amazing that you truly know is going to be a serious steal. The reason that I say this is because right now the market is really volatile. A lot of people are trying to make a quick stack of gold before Shadowlands hits, but there's also a lot of people that are holding on to their gold as well, so there's not as many buyers. So in this kind of market, if you're really unsure about any purchase, you could really lose a lot. So it's just much safer this close to launch to hold on to your raw gold and invest in new material flips and crafting once Shadowlands hits. So now on to the next. This is something that I'm going to be covering a lot more in detail on an upcoming video covering the changes to the economy with the multi-boxing changes that just happened. So simply with the herb and ore multi-boxing teams being much more difficult, this is going to discourage a lot of people, however not all of them. So if the character that you're maining in Shadowlands has professions that you can either deal without or you're okay with changing or already is an herb miner, then I'm going to highly suggest you either stick with that or get herbalism and mining on your main for running your first through Shadowlands. I have a feeling that nodes will be much easier to stumble across, and either way, finding nodes while questing and running around the zones is also a great way just to make some starting gold early in the expansion. And finally guys, this is something I've never really touched on before today, but I did this personally recently, so this is why I'm bringing it up. But if you have not done this since the start of BFA, I highly recommend it. Step away from the game for like a day or two. This whole pandemic and everything has everybody all strung out, so just take a wild breather. I did this recently and I was kind of forced to with my work schedule, but either way, that break from the game made it so much sweeter coming back and gave me that spark whenever I logged back in. Don't underestimate what a break can do for the love of the game. And if you're being serious with yourself, we all know that we're about to no-life this expansion through January easily, so just recharge your batteries now. Well guys, these are my final tips for gold prep before Shadowlands release. So excited to see this finally get here, and I can't wait to experience this all with you. A lot of hype around this expansion, so I really hope that this runs smooth. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, comment and like down below. Make sure that you keep an eye out for my upcoming videos. Next, we're going to be talking about the economy changes, specifically with multi-boxing changes, and a couple more farming reviews. So I will see you guys in the next video.